Good morning. Well, it's the start of a new week and it looks like it's going to be amazing. So I'm super excited to see if I can get this done this week. All this pouring of all this concrete. I have a sections towards the greenhouse. I have one in the corner where the gray water system is. And then I have a little teeny strip along the back edge of the pool there, which I'm not too worried about. And then I have around the fountain. So my biggest problem is I have no forms, so I can't pour it. And I've got looks like at least till Saturday, like an entire week of really good weather. So like it's supposed to be 23 today. It's chilly right now. Supposed to warm right up and get to 23, which is like, I don't know, 72 or something like that. I'm not sure. But anyways, yeah, looking good. Might finish this week. We're not sure yet. But I got to do the forms. So I've got to make curve forms around the fountain. So what I'm using is a string to mark, because the fountain is so, let's call it rustic. It's not quite straight anywhere. It's a little bit wobbly this way, wonky this way, whatever you want to call it. And the edges are all, I'm not going to fix it. It's character. We'll leave it alone. But what I need is to have the circles somewhat circular. So what I'm going to do is use that rope to basically designate from the center of where the spout is, because it actually measures to be pretty close to this, if not perfectly in the center of where the fountain is. So we use that as to make my edge, and then it's going to be the edge as well for the piece of concrete that hooks up with the patio here. It's also got a curve in it, which you'll see eventually. Yeah, so basically I'm taking spikes and then I'm putting, I think it's 5mm plywood, really thin stuff that you can bend, about 15 centimeters high, which is, I think that's about 6 inches. And using that to curve around, and then hopefully that'll be strong enough that I can pour the concrete in and it won't plop over. I think it should be fine from the stuff I've seen so far. But yeah, wish me luck on this one. This is going to be a really big week. I'll be so happy to be done with this. It's been a lot of work and I've had enough of it. Anyways, here we go. Good morning. Well, yesterday wasn't the best. Wasn't my most successful day. Basically, this pathway here and this half of the circle of the fountain, I graded wrong for somehow. I'm not sure how I did it, but basically it's about 5 centimeters higher than it should be. So the circle, the back half of it tilts up, which it shouldn't. It was supposed to be all circular, and then this pathway is supposed to slope down to the circle. Don't know how I managed to do it. That, and then also because I'm trying to save the hedges behind me, I didn't have enough room to dig into them to put in thick pieces of wood, like what I've been using for the rest of the forms. So I originally was just going to plan to use this thin stuff and just use more spikes as I went along. The ground is so soft that they're not really going in straight, and I don't know I'm not positive what I'm going to do. What I'm probably going to do is backfill it all. And it also just, it's so crooked. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect because there's going to be, you know, grass coming up to it, and there'll be the tiles or what on top is what's going to make it look straight. So I don't care that much. It's just a bit too pants for what I want to do. It just looks like a dog's breakfast. So I'm going to spend a bit more time today, this morning, and try to put wedges beside them and kind of get them a little closer to straight. It just, you know, looks like a snake. It's so crazy. And I've also got to go in and reduce this level. I've got to get rid of all the gravel, put it into a bag or something temporarily, and then dig down about 5 centimeters and then put the gravel back. So I pretty much lost yesterday and I've lost today. And I haven't even started on the other side near the, where the gray water system is yet. So it's still looking good till even now Saturday, so we may get, you know, another 3 days after this. I only need, this is like 0.75 behind me, and I think the circle was about 1.5. So I can probably get that, all the circle and that pathway and that little corner of the patio left to pour here done in a day, or worst case, 2 days. So what I'm going to focus on is just this section, ignore the gray water, ignore the little bit over by the pool, and just see if I can get all this sorted out. If that's all I get done this week and it rains for the next 3 weeks, and worst case is if it all winter, it's too cold to pour and it never gets done, it's okay. I'll do it next year. It's not the end of the world. It's just, I was very stressed yesterday because I wasn't expecting it to be a bit of a mess, and it was. So, but not every day works out how you hope. So anyways, I'm gonna keep going and try to clean this mess up today. Fresh set of eyes, and let's get her done. Wish me luck. I think I have a solution for my wonky wood. We'll have to see how it works. But what I'm thinking of doing, I had all this extra scrap wood from pallets, and it's it's not the most rigid ever, but it's not bad, and it's not the straightest, but it's certainly better than that mess. So what I'm going to do, hopefully there's enough space, and hopefully I don't have to dig out anything, but I'm going to put this behind the thin plywood strips and have that as sort of a support, at least for the top. I don't mind if the bottom's a little bit wonky under the on the ground, if it pushes into the bows out or whatever. It's just, it'd be nice to have a nice straight line on the top for the concrete, so you visually see it. There's no structural difference or anything like that. I'm never going to walk on the edge like that. So that's kind of my plan, is I'm going to take all this off, put one of these behind, and then put in front of it the plywood. So hopefully that will give at least a marginally, well, it can't be any worse than this, look to the plywood. And then we'll have a reasonably straight line, which is all I'm looking for. This is just too not good for me. Anyways, let's give her a go. Good morning. It's the start of day 15. I've got the forms done. They're not great, but they're done towards the greenhouse. They're a lot better than they were. They're not what I would really love, but I'm a bit of a perfectionist, I guess. But anyways, it'll do. It's fine. So, and I've also done the form around the curved part near the pool behind me over here. I'm hoping it holds. Seems pretty sturdy. We'll give her a go. That's the first thing I'm going to start pouring this morning. Got the plastic down, got it wrapped up, and I also worked on getting all the spikes in yesterday for the rest of the curve on the circle. So hopefully everything goes well today. Should be a nice, easy day. I'm doing like 1.7, I think, if even that, maybe even less. I don't know anymore. I'm giving up counting, but I've got not much to do. So what I'm going to plan to do is get this done quickly this morning. I do have a lot of bonding mortar I have to do behind me with the two long sections here and here. But other than that, I'm then going to switch back to doing the forms once I get these two poured. And then hopefully tomorrow, we'll see, day 16 might be tomorrow. And then hopefully I can get the circle done in one day, but it's about 2 point. Once again, it's hard to measure a circle. I mean, yes, I could do the proper math and all that, but just guessing, it looks like it's about 2 something cubic meters. So, which is about 2 yards. So hopefully I can get that done tomorrow. If I can get the forms done tonight, we'll see. It's a lot. I've got to cut rebar, I've got the plastic down, and we'll see. But if not, it may not be till next week or till Saturday that I get the second pour in. And if it goes into next week, that's cool. I don't mind. It looks like there's a couple days of pouring, which is what I'm going to attempt on the rainier days or the more dodgy days. I'm going to attempt that corner over there with the gray water. And then behind me where the other end of the pool is, there's a little teeny strip there that I got to finish off. But other than that, I would be done. So hopefully next week, it looks reasonable. If I get just a couple days of good weather, it'd be great. But yeah, it doesn't look great on Friday, doesn't look great on Thursday. Looks maybe Thursday is okay, which is tomorrow. We'll see. Anyways, it's a big day. Doing more stuff today, finally pouring again. Wish me luck. Well, that was an easy day. I poured 1.4 cubic meters, which is about 1.4 cubic yards, and it weighs about just over 2 tons. So I finished off that section by the pool behind me there, and my first curve, which looks okay. I'm sure it won't be perfect, but it's fine. And then I did the pathway to the greenhouse. And they both look okay. Once again, tiles are going on top, so it doesn't really matter if it's not exactly right, and the grass is going to come into it, or that kind of thing. So yeah, it's 4 o'clock. I don't have anything left to pour. I feel like I'm cheating or something. So I guess what I'll do is I'll work on the circle section here. I've got to cut all the rebar for it, lay down the plastic, and tie it all together. So my goal will be in the next video to finish at least the circle, which may be a 2-day job or maybe 1 day, I'm not sure. But hopefully I get that done by the weekend. But we'll see. It looks like it's about 2.5, but it's difficult to measure. I'm not very good with math, so, I'm assuming it's about that anyways. But anyways, yeah, it's a good day. Got what I wanted done. I still got some time left before it gets dark, so get some more done. And really hope you have a good week, and thanks for watching. Ciao.